I'm George Hardisty. I wrote for Rainbows and Cobwebs, and I'd like to introduce myself. I was born in Butte, Montana, in a godly home with godly parents. I remember my mother, when I was a little boy, teaching me various poems. But one of them was, "Life's a bowl of cherries in a sky blue vase. Life's a bunch of pansies with baby face. Life is what you make it. Love and skies are blue, or a grumbling journey. Life is up to you." And so it was. But then the cobwebs came. Remember, my dad was a carpenter contractor, and he was working on a home, a doctor's home, remodeling, and he cut his hand and contracted a blood infection. He was dead in 5 days from being a strapping man to death. They had, my folks had an insurance policy on him, $1,000, and it was double indemnity for accident. So my mother got $2,000, and that was it. Now, we didn't believe in taking welfare, and so we got in. I had a younger brother and sister, but we got in and just got together and did it. We built a photo studio. My mother had experience with her folks earlier in life in a photo business, and so I built the paraphernalia to hold her camera. She had a little German Voigtlander camera, and she took studio photographs, colored them. She was also an artist, and she made gifts for a little gift studio that we set up in the front of our home, little home in Butte, Montana. And I had a 100 paper route. I took care of yards in Butte. There's all kinds of care that's necessary. Winter, it was snow and ice to keep the walks clean, and the furnaces in the morning, I had to get up earlier before the people got up and stoke their furnaces, because there were coal furnaces, and they had to be warm before the folks got up. In the summertime, the lawns were all kept. I had a route of homes with lawns, and I collected manure from the farms, local farms. They were happy to get rid of it. I had my father's car and a trailer, and I had very healthy lawns. And so it was an experience. We sold magazines, Ladies' Home Journal and Liberty magazine, and we did it together as a family. And then the war came, and my stories that I wrote for the Rainbows and Cobwebs are centered in the wartime. And I wanted, as a young man, to become a Marine officer, and this gave me an opportunity. And one of the stories are involved with how that happened, and how I was blessed to be able to accomplish that. And then later on, I became an attorney, and that was, of course, after the war. And I've tried cases in many of the courts in California, federal and state, and I have come to believe truly that life is truly what you make it. But the cobwebs that come around and surround you sometimes drive you to the point where you wonder whether or not you're going to be able to come out of it. But the Lord promises that all things work together for good to those that love Him. Now, one of my stories, and I hope you'll read it, but one of my stories is, "Oh no, I killed a man." And it'll be interesting, at least it was to a lot of people, how those cobwebs that surrounded that event in my life worked out so that there were rainbows that were unbelievable. So I invite you to read the book. I invite you to read my story, and it's been a pleasure to talk with you.